Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. You must have heard the term Islamic medicine, but it might be not very clear that what is the range of this medicine. Is it really powerful? Is there even such a thing as Islamic medicine, and what basically it means? Well, if we talk to some people that they don't know about Islamic medicine, when we ask them what do you think about Islamic medicine, people may think that, oh, you mean like using black seed? Yeah, black seed is good. Using miswak is good. And eating apple, eating honey, these are the things that the Prophet ﷺ he has said. So is it the whole thing? Is it the whole Islamic medicine? Well, that's just a drop of an ocean. And if we want to go deep into the Islamic medicine, first I just need to introduce where it's coming from. What is the source of Islamic medicine? Well, we believe that all medicine and the medicine science is a divine. It's been sent by our Creator. And just like any other home appliances that we buy, it comes with the instruction of how to use it. We have got this instruction of how we should eat, how we should live healthy. So it's not just that one honey or just black seed, all these things. So who is the founder of this medicine? Well, we believe that all medicines is rooted, it's been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's for sure. Even when there's debate between Imam Sadiq alayhi salam and the Indian Tabib happens, Imam says that, do you think I've learned this through the books? He said, yeah. Imam said, no. I've learned these from my fathers, and my fathers has got it from the Holy Prophet, and he has been given that by Jibreel, and Jibreel has got it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is rooted in the heaven, so it's been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now there are some differences. Ayurveda, the Allopathic, they have some differences. But what Islamic medicine is exactly is that we believe, first of all, the founder of this medicine, the medicine has been Prophet Dawood, and he was given the power to, he was able to know the benefits of the herbs, and he has transferred it to the other prophets and other generations. And it's not really possible for human beings to go experience millions of herbs and plants one by one. So if that has happened, so we should have had this in the history, that there have been a number of people dying by testing herbs by herbs, because one will be poisonous, one is not poisonous. If you mix two together, it might be poisonous. And apart from that, knowing the benefits of the herbs, one is good for this issue, one is good for that issue. And apart from that, having people access to all herbs in the world. Some herbs grow in certain particular parts of the world. So there have been no such a record in history, and it's not really possible logically that people experience herb by herb and so find out and record it. I've tried this herb, it's good for this disease, I've mixed, it's not really something practical. Now, what Islamic medicine basically is that, in Islamic medicine, respecting all types of other medicines, schools of medicine in the world, Islamic medicine says that for diagnosing, in the medicine we have two main parts, and then I will explain what is the difference between Islamic medicine and allopathic medicine. What are the advantages and disadvantages, and what are the main differences? Well, Islamic medicine says that regardless of our physical body, we have something called soul, ar-ruh. So just like the other teachings of Islamic teachings, physically we can become sick and we need certain medicines. Spiritually we can become sick as well, and we need certain medicines. Is there something separate? So you can say that, okay, lying or backbiting or all these things are the diseases of the soul. So the solution is that we just need to be practicing not to backbite, practicing not to lie. That is okay, that is fine. But there is a connection between physical body and our spirituality. So these can affect each other, absolutely. So, for example, about depression, we believe it's coming from the person's soul. And when the person goes through this stage, it will affect the physically as well. Vice versa, someone who is overeating or over drinking or has certain types of diseases physically, it can affect them mentally as well. So in Islamic teachings, for the treatments, whatever we need, we focus on the herbs and the medicines and the treatments which has been given by the Holy Prophet and his family. That is the main thing. So the difference between Islamic medicine and allopathic medicine and other schools of medicine is that Islamic medicine pays attention, first of all, for prevention of how to prevent a disease, number one. So this is not really something practical and being practiced in the world. Therefore, when we look at the hadith and the Islamic teachings, we can see that so many of the physical and spiritual diseases, they have told us how to prevent them and how to be safe from them. For example, one of the things which is common, and there's no medicines for it in the West, is Down syndrome. And in the Down syndrome, they say it's just something genetic and you can't do anything about it. Or some other mental issues which may happen, like epilepsy. Epilepsy has no cause for it, and they might say that it's just something mentally, we can't do anything about it. When we go to the Islamic teachings and hadith, they say, look, when you want to conceive, make sure the night of the conceiving is not the first, middle, and the last night of the month. First, middle, and the last night of the month. Otherwise, if someone does that, the baby comes out from that, might be suffering from epilepsy. And then there is another hadith explaining why is the cause of that, because it says basically in these 3 days, it's the days that jinns are more active, so it can affect the human beings as well. So we may get hurt by them. Number two is that, or like other diseases, so many diseases, even genetic, that today they call it genetic, and simple diseases or difficult diseases, like whatever you say. That is the first thing. So the Islamic medicine tells you how to prevent it beforehand. Before anything happens, it tells you why there is no such thing in any types of medicine in the world. Number two, the difference is that in Islamic medicine, it tells you the root of the problem, where the root of the problem is. So we have different types of diagnosing in Islamic medicine. Sometimes we use by temperament, sometimes we use other methods in order to make sure what the problem of the person is. It would be iridology, face reading. You know, in Islamic hikmah, one part and one chapter we have is Ilm al-Qafa. Ilm al-Qafa, it's so beautiful and it's really accurate. By just looking at the face of the person, you will be able to know all the problems. You will be able to know the person's issues without them talking. Ilm al-Qafa talks about how to look at the person, and by looking at the face, the eyes, eyebrows, nose, lips, the ears, how they're located, and so there are so many codings about that. The person who's Hakim will be able, just by looking at the face of the persons, goes 50-60% of the way. Then there are some other ways as well in Islamic hikmah. We talk about pulse. Pulse is really important, that by just touching the person's pulse, some scholars, they used to believe that it will connect your soul to their soul. So you'll be able to know not only physically, but their spiritual issues as well. By pulse, by looking at the tongue, is what we use. Tongue, we believe, is a monitor which shows the Hakim what is happening in the digestive and the whole body. So many cancers, so many issues can be diagnosed by just looking at the tongue. And then we have iris as well. Iris is amazing. We believe that it's been coming from Abu Ali Sina, or Ibn Sina, or Avicenna, the Muslim Hakim, great scientist, who discovered this. And then later in the West, they expanded that and they registered it into some other scientists. And then that is amazing. Once you look at the person's eyes, you will be able to see everything. From the day the person was born until now, everything, every single thing will be recorded. We believe that there are 28,000 terminals in the eyes, means 28,000 representatives from all over your body in the small iris. So if any part of these terminals give you a pulse or give you any signals or anything that will be checked by the Hakim, you'll be able to know which part of the body has some issues. And then by that, what is important and what's beautiful here is that you will find the root of the problem. So if someone comes and say, I have a cholesterol, I have diabetes, I have headache, I have stomachache, I have knee pain, once you look at the iris, you will see what is the root of this problem. So instead of giving medicines for each of these, just like in the other medicines they do, you give one medicine to fix one problem, and then like domino, everything will be back to normal. So our goal in Islamic medicine is to bring back your body to where it was. Just fix it. You fix the main thing, and then everything will be back to normal. While in other medicines, they try to go one by one and they don't look at it thoroughly to see the whole body in one go. So you have to go for a heart specialist, you have to go for kidney, you have to go for MRI separately, sonography separately. So each they do different parts. While Islamic medicine, you will be able to see everything in one go. So this is the second thing. Third is that Islamic medicine is really cheaper. Obviously, that is one of the main things. And to be honest, just one hakim who can diagnose the persons and tells you the root of your problem and you sort it out. Maybe 1% of what you may spend in the West or in the allopathic or other medicines in order to fix your problem. This will cost you maybe 1% or even less than that in order to solve your problem. So yes, it is absolutely powerful. It is absolutely working. And it's not something that you say, okay, it belongs to 1400 years ago. It is still practical. Inshallah, in the next session, we'll talk more about this. Thank you for watching. See you soon, inshallah.